You've seen it 1,000 times. On a soup can, a comic book panel, a billboard, a celebrity's face. But pop art doesn't ask, "Is this beautiful?" It asks, "Who sold this to you and why did you buy it?" Welcome to Art Happens, the divine mess of art history, presented by J Squared Atelier. I'm James William Moore, your curator, your tour guide, and your occasional accomplice in artistic chaos. Today's episode is pop art, the movement that looked at advertising, celebrity, and consumer culture and said, "Fine, if this is what you worship, let's put it in a museum and see how it feels." Because pop art is glossy. Picture it, post-war America and Britain. The economy's booming. Factories are humming. Suburbs are multiplying like rabbits. And everywhere, images, ads, packaging, magazine covers, TV, movie stars, products with personality. A whole world built out of branding. And modern art, by this point, has gotten complicated. Abstract expressionism is dynamic, emotional, and deeply serious. Big canvases, big feelings, big myth of the tortured genius. Pop art shows up with a grin and a shopping bag and says, "Actually, the real epic story of our time is commercial imagery." Pop art isn't just art that looks like cartoons. It's strategy. Pop artists grab the visual of mass culture, stuff designed to be instantly readable, and push it into the fine art space. And that creates a problem on purpose. Because once a soup can is on a gallery wall, you can't unsee the question. Is it art because it's in a museum? Or is it art because you've already been trained to recognize it, desire it, and trust it? Pop art lives in that uncomfortable space where you're not sure whether you're laughing or being accused. If pop art has a mascot, it's Andy Warhol. Pale, quiet, unreadable, like a human blank screen. Warhol's genius wasn't just painting consumer products, it was treating modern life like an assembly line. He used silkscreen, a process tied to commercial printing, repeatable, scalable, mechanical. And he made work that felt like the way culture actually spreads. Copy, paste, repeat, repeat, repeat. You get Campbell's soup cans. Not one heroic soup can, but a lineup, a shelf, a product display. You get Marilyn, bright, iconic, and multiplied until she becomes less a person and more a logo. Warhol's message is slippery on purpose because he doesn't stand there wagging a finger saying consumerism is bad. He does something colder. He shows you the image until it goes numb. And then you realize fame isn't intimacy, it's reproduction. Celebrity isn't a person, it's a product you recognize. Warhol didn't paint the American dream, he screen printed the American system. Now let's jump to Roy Lichtenstein, pop art's cleanest punchline. He takes comic panels, dramatic romance, war scenes, big feelings, bigger sound effects, and creates them as paintings with meticulous precision. The famous look? Those dotted textures, Bende dots, a printing technique used in cheap mass production. But here's the twist. Lichtenstein doesn't just copy comics, he makes them feel monumental and empty at the same time. A crying woman becomes iconic, but also trapped inside a scripted emotion. A heroic war scene becomes graphic, and suspiciously clean. It's not just comic book style. It's the way mass media packages emotion for consumption. Love, drama, fear, patriotism, desire. All pre-designed, pre-sold, pre-approved. It's like pop art is whispering, "Are you feeling that? Or were you instructed to feel that?" Pop art isn't only Warhol and Lichtenstein. It's a whole crew turning modern life into a showroom. Klaus Oldenburg makes soft, oversized sculptures of everyday stuff. Burgers, ice cream, toilets. Like consumer culture melted into a dream. Tom Wesselman turns the American interior into a glossy stage set. Bodies, appliances, advertising colors, desire with perfect lighting. James Rosenquist, a former billboard painter, smashes together fragments of ads so they feel like your brain experiences media. Chopped, layered, relentless. And if we rewind to Britain, pop art has a slightly different flavor. More like, isn't that fascinating? And also kind of terrifying? British pop leans into collage, irony, and the weirdness of American-style consumer dreams. If British pop art has a birth announcement, it's not a painting, it's a collage made out of shopping cravings. In 1956, Richard Hamilton makes this little bomb of an image. Just what is it that makes today's homes so different, so appealing? A living room built entirely from advertisements, where a bodybuilder hoists a lollipop that literally spells pop, like the movement naming itself in real time. And look at what Hamilton is really doing here. He's staging a modern life as a showroom. This isn't a home, it's a sales pitch, masquerading as domestic bliss. Every object feels new, improved, must have. The furniture is sleek, the gadgets are shiny, the food is packaged, the entertainment is constant, even the bodies are products. The man is a cutout of muscle and swagger. The woman is posed like an ad, not a person. They aren't living in the room. They're being sold inside it. And the title is doing a lot of work. It sounds like a friendly magazine headline. What makes today's homes so appealing? But it's also a trap. It forces you to answer, is it comfort or consumption? Is this appeal about taste? Or about advertising teaching you what to desire? Hamilton's collage is funny on purpose, almost campy, but it's also sharp. The joke is that the modern ideal interior isn't designed by an architect or a homeowner. It's designed by corporate culture, by branding, by the endless loop of images telling you who to be, what to buy, how to look, what to want. So when that lollipop says pop, it's not just a cute label for a new art style. It's a warning light. Pop is what happens when art stops pretending it lives in a separate, sacred world and admits it's swimming in the same ocean of mass media as everyone else. Here's the core of pop art's magic. It doesn't land cleanly on one side. It's not pure celebration, and it's not pure critique. It's complicit, and that's the point. Pop art knows the images are seductive. It knows bright color is fun. It knows branding works. And it also knows that's exactly the trap. Because once you realize culture is a factory that produces desire, you have to admit you're part of the supply chain. Pop art doesn't ask you to escape the system. It asks you to notice it. Pop art predicted the world we live in now, a culture of infinite images, endless repetition, and fame as a subject, and fame as a product. Today, it's not just soup cans and movie stars. It's influencers, logos, viral memes, brand identities that talk like people. Even our personalities get packaged for the feed. Pop art isn't a time capsule. It's a mirror. And the mirror is extremely high definition. So if pop art feels flashy, good. That's the bait. But once you're close enough to admire the shine, you should see the machinery underneath it. Pop art didn't celebrate fame. It exposed the factory behind it. This is Art Happens, sponsored by J Squared Atelier. I'm James William Moore, and if you're curious about where creativity comes from, go pour another shot of espresso with me over on Lattes and Art. Until next time, keep looking, especially at the stuff that's trying to sell you something.